we go. Here we go. Okay, I got Garrett here.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I took the paperwork that you served me since you're the petitioner on this stuff.
Okay.
The paperwork is still valid until February of 2022, so I'm still able to respond to what you petitioned me. So my whole thing is, Garrett, I have to pay all of this out of pocket because I don't get the fee waivers. So that already, I have a lot to pay out just to get this done and just to get it to a part where we're at a base where you can start doing whatever actions you want to do on your side.
Do you think it would be easier for me to, to do the process since I qualified for it?
Well, you already petitioned me, so I have to respond.
Wait.
I can't do anything until I respond to you, so I'm going to respond to what you already served me with you giving me physical and soul of Poe and you applying for your own visitations in court, which means you as his father need to go to court and file your FL 220 and FL 230, which are for whatever visitation days that you want.
Oh, I see.
However, on the paperwork I'm submitting to you, I'm putting child support on there based upon your wage instead of it based upon what I want you to pay me. Okay. Because I can't afford to go rounds with you in court, Garrett, because I would have to pay every fucking time. The cheapest way for us to do this is for him to give us the judgment paperwork and us sign that paperwork with the notary. So I've already paid for him. I paid $1,700 for the guy to respond to your paperwork and type up the child support and get everything in one paper so that we can notarize it. I don't know how much they're going to ask you for child support because that's based on your wage. I said to do it based on what you make. Yeah. Because I already make enough to take care of Poe, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because as of right now, I'm just on unemployment.
That's fine. They take it out of your unemployment. It's whatever you're making, Garrett. That's the point of it.
Okay.
Instead of me saying, I want $600, I want $700 a month, I'm saying it's okay for them to calculate it on your income.
And they would probably base it on the California percentage, right?
Yes, on whatever it is. Because I'm not going to sit here and ask for an amount because, at the end of the day, I look at it like this. I'm at this point right now where Poe's about to start public school, and I really would like to be able to get him into a place where we don't have to move all the time. So I'm trying to save up to do that, and I have to use a lot of what I saved up to do this right now.
Yeah.
So it's really frustrating on top of I still have to pay for his shit to get done when the dentist opens back up. So I'm already paying a lot out, Garrett. I'm already pretty irritated on that fact, but it has to get done, so it just has to get done.
Yeah.
So on Monday, I already paid him, so on Monday, he's going to finish all of it up for me and type it all up so that we can both look over it, but you have to go into his office and sign it with me with a notary.
Even with the whole virus thing?
Yes, you wear a mask.
Just wear a mask.
Signed with a notary. I went into his office with a mask today and did everything.
Okay, because,
Now, he told me if we get it signed and we notarize it together, then we do not have to see a judge. Because if we have to see a judge, it's $800 that I have to pay. I cannot do that. So, if once we notarize it, then once we get the judgment paperwork, it'll be 6 months from everything filed that it'll be finalized.
Okay.
Well, what were you wanting
You are able to, Garrett, when you get your shit together to file for visitation however you want, which I'll be fine to respond to that once, you set up your child support and you do what you have to do on that end, Garrett. Because it's costing me a lot of fucking money already, a lot of money.
Yeah, because
I already don't get money, so I'm already just a little frustrated, so I just asked if we can try and do this with the guy because he was the best price I could afford because everybody else was like $3,000 or more. and I can't afford that. You know, 1,700 is decent for me, and that's if you sign everything the way it is, and we don't disagree. It's just $1,700. If you decide, like, no, Snett, I don't want to sign these, then it's going to cost me more than that, and I just can't do that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, what were you
because because bottom line, I just want to come to a point in my life, especially with what just happened to me up there in NorCal. I want to come to a point in my life to where you and me can be contently civil with each other in the best interest of our son. You know, I want to just be, you know, like resentment free. I just want to work with each other so that Poe could be a happier boy.
Garrett, I'm going to just be totally upfront right now. I have a lot of resentment for the fact that I just found out a lot of shit that I probably shouldn't have fucking found out about.
And I appreciate you for...
No, Garrett, let me finish, please. You already know how I feel about your shit on Facebook. It's one thing you're going to post about shit you want to post about, but it's another thing when you post shit that's embarrassing to our son and fucking embarrassing to me. I've worked my ass off for 4 years straight, Garrett, not getting shit from you money-wise to see that you're spending all this on somebody else and I'm over here fucking feasing around trying to afford all this for Poe. So, you know, I'm going to ask, if anything, if you could take some of this fucking shit down, Garrett, because at the end of the day, anybody is able to go up and see this, especially your son, especially people in your son's life. So, you know, I just want that respect there if you're not fucking posting that type of shit on there, Garrett, for everyone to fucking see, because it's very embarrassing to me.
Well,
that's why I'm very upset with you right now.
Well, out of respect, I am deleting my account tonight and making a new one, a fresh one. And I want you to know, whether you believe me or not, that all the money you think I spent on her up there is not even close to what you think it was.
It doesn't matter what I think, Garrett. It's the fact that you spent it on her and never thought, hey, you know, let me just send something for Sana and Poe. It's that sheer fact, Garrett. It doesn't matter how much it was. I don't give a fuck what the number was, Garrett. It's the sheer fact that I have to explain that, you know, and I don't really want to or choose to, because I can't explain that, Garrett. I don't know why. When Poe's like, well, why, Mom? I have no idea, son. If I knew those kind of answers, Poe, I would answer them for you, but I don't know. And I seriously still to this point don't know. But I do know that Poe really wants to go to your guys' house because you know that your mother's house is a safe place for Poe.
Yep.
This boy's had to move around a lot because I've been a single mom. And you know, you being there is really hard for Poe right now. You know, he's fucking been really, really depressed these last 4 days and, like, not talking, sitting with his head down, very depressed. And, you know, I finally got him to open up to me yesterday and tell me how he feels. You know, and he says he's really, you know, he's upset because he says, Mom, I'm just starting to understand what's going on with my dad. And I said, I know it's hard, huh? And it hurts. And then, you know, it's hard for him because, Garrett, he's older now. And you're coming in at such a fucking hard time right now. And just, I'm minding you, your words are so fucking important to that boy. You know, if, like I tell Poe, he wants to put you on a pedestal, that's fine. He can do that, Garrett. I never tell him he can't. But the one thing that I don't appreciate or respect is the disrespectfulness of you talking about me in front of my son or talking about Zach, who's always been there for Poe, been there at his doctor's appointments with me, you know, so it's like that type of shit, Garrett, no. And you know, and you owe me and Zach an apology when we go down there because that's the only way that we're going to allow you to have Poe over there is if you apologize in front of Poe with all of us because Poe needs to see that that was not okay. Because in his mind, Poe thinks that he can't accept love from Zach because you won't love him in return. Because Poe's told me, well, I can't love Zach, Mom, because then my dad won't love me. And I'm like, that is fucking horrible. If that's really how you took that, Garrett, you just really need to apologize and explain to Poe because you really fucked up his thought processes on how to express love and receive love from other people. Because Zach will say, I love you, Poe. Have a good day, man. Have a good night when he says good night at night. And Poe just looks at him. Okay, like, and I asked Poe, well, baby, do you feel like, what's wrong, honey? You never say anything back. And he said, well, because I feel weird, Mom. And I said, well, why do you feel weird, babe? And he's like, well, because, Mom, I feel like I can't love Zach. And I was like, well, why, babe? You know, and then he told me that, Garrett. So, you know, you have to think how I feel as his mother. Fucking seeing a little 5-year-old boy depressed about shit he should have never been depressed or thought about. Because it was something we never even put in his head. Never have said anything bad about you, Garrett, and I never will. But the least I ask is don't fucking say shit about me or our relationship in front of Poe, because he is 5. He is a child. And he has no fucking idea about any kind of relationships on why they do or do not work. That's all I have to say about that. And we really, really need you to sit down and apologize, because that really fucked Poe up, and it's been really fucking him up these last couple months. That's all I have to say.
Okay, well, I would really, really appreciate some understanding on my end as well as I've given you just now. All I can say about me is that I have been put through a lot of emotional turmoil in the last 15 years of my life. And I just want to reach a point of understanding, whether I have to apologize to people or not. I have to find a place to start on a new rock without any negative shit trailing behind me.
Yeah.
I just want to start fresh, because fuck, man, I've got 69 years left if I'm lucky. So I appreciate you for doing what you think is best for our son. I appreciate you not going the destructive route of back pay, because that would have killed me. That would have really killed me. And
Yeah, because the lawyer told me that too. He's like, you know, you could file since day one that he put on paperwork that you guys were separated, right? Which you put on paperwork, Garrett, from March 2016. So I could have gotten back pay from 2016 to 2020. Just be really mindful of how respectful and understanding I'm being to you, because Poe wants you in his life.
I just told you that I appreciate you for this process, because I just want my son to love me again.
Well, Gary, he always loves you. It's not that. And that's what you need to stop telling him. I love you or you love him. It's not any of that. Just spend your time with him, because that's all he wants. That's all he's ever wanted, is to fucking play with you or just do dad shit with you, which he's never fucking done before. I mean, if you think about it, Garrett, half the time this boy doesn't even know how to play like a boy, because, I mean, he's only been around me all the time. And then when he's with his cousins, he feels awkward because they all have siblings, and he doesn't. Well, your son is going through a lot, Garrett, for the sheer fact that he is an only child in a family full of kids that are not. On top of, he doesn't have his dad in a family where I have all brothers who are all dads that are active. On top of me living with my grandpa, who is a dad who was my dad. So it's really hard for Poe, Garrett. It's very fucking hard, and he's been very, very depressed. He sees a therapist, and he sees a behavioral therapist. Well, so I'm just letting you know, because...
What I'd like to ask you is, one of my main birthday requests is to have my son at a lake with an RC boat that I wanted to share with him, if that's okay with you.
What, Garrett?
I just wanted my boy for my birthday this Saturday, and I have a boat that I brought to play with him with.
I don't know, Garrett.
So I can't get my birthday wish?
I don't know, Garrett. We'll see about that. I mean, you missed how many of your other birthdays? I'm pretty sure one more isn't going to be that big of a deal until we get this stuff figured out.
I mean, I came down for his birthday this year. Wouldn't that be fair?
I mean, are we really talking fair? I don't really think we should go there, because, I mean, I think I'm being fair enough with saying that I'm allowing you to see him later on, but right now is not the time, Garrett.
Well, I'd really appreciate it if you did. That's all I got to say.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, right now is not the time. But I appreciate you asking, but right now, no.
Well, the whole thing is working towards all this.
I mean, like you said, on Monday, I'll get the documents. We'll pick a day. That means Zach will go down there and we'll talk. And then once we sign them, we get it done, then I'll let you talk to Poe. But I'm not going to do any of that until I see you making some sort of consistent effort, Garrett, because you know you need to show that boy some consistency because he hasn't had it. So.
Because I love my mom to death, but I don't plan on staying here forever. So I got to figure out.
I know, Garrett, and that's another thing too. You know, it's like you have, like I said to you, you need to get yourself situated and get your shit together. Once you get that done, then we can talk about consistently letting you see Poe. Because, like I said, there's too many inconsistent with you that you need to create the consistency for Poe first. I don't need to do that. Your mom doesn't need to do that. You do that for him, then me and you can talk about you consistently seeing him on a regular basis or whatever that is. But in the meantime, until we get all this paperwork fixed, I don't mind him going to your mom's while I'm there. I'll be there the whole time until I feel more comfortable, but that's just something you have to be willing to do because I don't feel comfortable, Garrett.
It's fine.
You heard him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you already know Poe's asked me how many times I'm ready to talk to you and see you. I already talked to him about it, so I'm not trying to prolong this for the sake of Poe, you know, and your mom, obviously, and yourself, but I mean mostly for Poe. You know, he's already asked me when he could talk to you because he knows you're living there, Garrett. So, I mean, he's aware of the situation. He's smart.
I know.
You know, me and your mom talked to him
smart.
when I picked him up. Your mom was in the room with me when we spoke to him. So he's aware, you know, but like I said, I just want to get this paperwork done first. I want the apology with Poe there and with Zach, and then once we move forward to that, then, you know, we can start talking about Poe going over there and seeing you, Garrett.
Okay.
All right?
I know he deserves the child support, and I'm not saying that I won't give it. I know he deserves it. I'm just saying it's going to take me a little bit longer to get on my feet that way. You know, because I don't know.
Well, that's just what I have to do, Garrett. It took me a long time to get on my feet, too, when you left, Garrett. It took me years. So, I mean, it's just part of what we have to do as parents to build our lives for our kids.
Yeah.
It's just what you're going to have to show them to do. And like I told him, I never told Poe, I'm going to tell you exactly what I told Poe yesterday when he asked me if he could call you. You need to give your father the time that he needs to get his heart and his head right and get his situation together so that you could go over there and have the dad that you want to have. Okay? So same thing I'm going to tell you. Same thing I'm going to tell Poe. That's it. And then I'll talk to Zach, and then we'll pick a day, and I'll bring the paperwork over there, and we'll go over it.
You are aware, though, of how I am in the last few times I've seen him, right? Did my mom tell you?
Oh, you mean Poe?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You guys have a great time together. We know that.
Yeah.
I love my son to death, and I wouldn't do anything to harm his life. So.
I think you just really need to get your shit together first, Jarrett, so that you understand what you're saying and what you're doing around him. That's all.
Yeah, because I feel like at the time I signed the papers, I was in that emotional turmoil and kind of drastically made a decision. So.
Yeah, I know you did, Garrett, that we are having to pay, that I'm paying for. I understand. It's costing me a lot of money right now. Had you waited and when you spoke to me like I asked you, I wouldn't have to pay $1,700, but oh well, I get fucked over again, but that's just life. I'm not going to sit here and be mad at you and fucking make everybody's life miserable because of it. It's just what happens. You served me, I have to pay for it, and I have to do what I got to do. Your job is to fucking make it right and sign it the way that it is so that we can move forward and co-parent the best that we can. That's all I could say. Since you're living out here, that's just the best that we can do.
All right.
Okay, well, I'll call you guys next week once I get the paperwork.
Okay.
Alrighty, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Talk to you later.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.